Hello and welcome to Greetingstar. I'm so glad you could join me today. Hi guys, so today I have this card for you that I made using supplies from Spellbinders. I have two different sets today. The first one is a stamp and die set called Lyrical Layered Florals, and you can see here that you get the coordinating die cut shapes, and you can see it creates a beautiful floral element, as well as you can stamp and cut out the word happy birthday. Each of these are numbered, so that means you know which one to stamp first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So that makes it really nice and convenient, and gives you a little bit of help there when you're trying to stamp that element. Okay, the second set is called Sweet Sayings Note Card Sentiments, and these are S41148. You can see that you get a beautiful, lots of beautiful words here with those gorgeous flourishes on those capital letters, and you can lay them out and decide to create any kind of saying that you want with these words. There's lots of choices. You can say a note for you. You get the word hello. You can use that by itself, and you get the word thanks. That can also be used by itself, or you can combine it with the other words to create sayings. You have the word to, so you could say a note to you, a note for you, or you could just say for you. Lots of different choices that you can do with these beautiful dies here. And there's lots of ways to use word dies. I'm going to show you one way today with a card that I'm going to be making. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So you can see here that I'm making my card base out of white cardstock. This is Nina Solar White, 110 pound. And I have previously cut out the word hello using that hello word die from the set I just showed you. And I use those die cuts on another card, which you can see here. I'll put a little picture in picture to show you, which is right there to the left. But what I'm going to do with this portion of the cutout is adhere it to my other piece of cardstock, and these are the colors Dahlia on top and Teal Topaz on the bottom from the Spellbinders Color Essentials cardstock line. Those two are complementary colors, so they contrast very nicely, and I think create a beautiful element, focal point for your card. Now I'm also going to be stamping that stamp set that you see there, the beautiful floral element. I'll show you how to do that a little bit later in the video, so stay tuned for that. Right now I'm just going to place those little pieces inside the word hello, and I'm using another die cut hello word to help me place those. I just wanted to show you how to do this. If you want to do this technique, you don't have to. You could certainly just eyeball it and place them, but I just felt like being particular and precise today, so that's what I did, and I'm sharing it with you. Okay, so this is just I think copy paper that I cut it out of just to use it as a guide. So I'm using my jewel picker there to place those elements, and then my tweezers to hold them in place while I remove that hello. I wanted to lift that hello up every time I placed them because I didn't want the glue to stick to the white hello. So I just wanted to make sure that that didn't happen, and then it make a mess on that beautiful little element I'm creating for my card. And I'm using the Tombow Mono liquid adhesive to do this because those pieces are so tiny. I couldn't use another kind of adhesive for this particular technique. Okay, so you can see that I'm going to cover up the flower. I'm just going to have kind of the greenery and the buds sticking out of the top, and I'm also going to do that on the bottom. And I'm deciding here which paper I want to use behind that element, and I decide to go with the Teal Topaz because, again, that just creates a nice contrast with that beautiful Dahlia cardstock. So I'm just going to cut this to fit in the center of my card. I'm creating a little panel here, and I'll put some adhesive on that and place that on my card in a moment. I was going to trim this, but I just decided to use my scissors because that way I can get it more precise. So that's just an easier way to do it. And that was the scrapbook adhesives little tool that you saw me use, that red tool there a moment ago. So I think this is such a beautiful little card. I love the floral sticking out of the top and the bottom. And I think that's really pretty. Now you can see here these two colors are a little bit different, and it's not because I used different colors, it's because of the cardstock that I used. For some reason the two different cardstocks that I used showed differently. So I'm going to stamp it again so you get the benefit of seeing how I did this. Now I use these markers. These are Clean Color Zig, and they're more like brushes. They have like a brush tip, and they're watercolor. So it creates a really beautiful watercolor effect when you stamp like this. And I'm just doing portions of the stamp so that way the ink doesn't dry before I stamp it. And I think that looks so pretty, doesn't it? I love the effect that you get with those watercolor markers. So the first color was turquoise green, and this one is going to be the Persian green. This is going to put in your vines, you know, the little veins, not vines, the veins in the leaves. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, now for this third layering, I'm going to use light pink in that zig marker. And I'm just going all over it and stamping it quite a few times. Now I don't know if you can see at the bottom there, but I didn't get it lined up exactly, so there's some white space, but it's not really a big deal. I'm just going to go ahead and cover it up, and I don't really even need to because that portion isn't going to show on today's card. But if you were stamping it to use like on the front of the card without being covered, then you definitely want to go ahead and do that. Now this second pink color is called Light Carmine. And now I'm just going to cut that out with my die, and then I'll have two pieces, and when it dries it'll look exactly like the one at the top. So I'm just going to adhere those to the back of my piece, and then you can see that there's a little piece left in the center, and I just wanted to make sure that that whole element lies flat on my card and there's no difference. So I was going to trim it with this die cut shape, but I just decided to use my scissors. I thought that would be fine and a little bit quicker. So that's what I did. I just trimmed it down. Now that piece will lie completely flat, and there won't be any areas where it can be depressed. So there we go. That looks so pretty. Now I did forget to round the corners on that little element there, but I'll show you how to do that later. So what I'm going to do now, I wanted to do just add some kind of finishing touches to the card. So I'm using these peel-off stickers. Now these are from a Dutch company called Starform, and I believe I ordered them on Amazon, but I can't find these exact ones. But I will leave links down below to some alternatives that you can use. I know that Elizabeth Craft Design sells them, and that you can order those on Amazon or from her website. And then there's also another thing called Anita's on Amazon. The only thing is I can't guarantee that it will be the exact thickness as these ones that I used, but just look around, you'll find something. And then also there's a company in the UK called Love from Lizzie, and she does a ton of these different peel-off stickers in the straight lines, and also there's some that have beautiful borders. So that's my card for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and like and subscribe if you, well, like is the same thing as thumbs up, but subscribe if you want to see more videos. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of all my videos. And thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have just a wonderful day. Bye-bye.